In this video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of our paid scanner services here at Stock Market Guides. On my screen here is the navigation page for our swing trading scanner, which is for active stock traders. And you can see here that we have scans for a variety of different trade setups, such as chart patterns, stock indicators, and candlestick patterns. And those include popular ones as well as our own proprietary ones. Now we have paid scanner services for swing traders, active stock traders, as well as stock investors. And that stock investing scanner is based on things like fundamentals, like price earnings ratios or revenues and company fundamentals, things like that. And we also have an option trading scanner, which is just like the swing trading scanner, except it's for options instead of stocks. Now you can come down here to see the scan results for any individual trade setup, but if you want to see them all at once, you can come up here to either of these two modules. And we split these up by pre-market versus market hours. The pre-market scan results are generated once a day, and the market hours ones are generated throughout the trading day and are kind of intended for people who want to be a little bit more time sensitive with their trade entries. So these just aggregate all of the results of the individual trade setups down here. And so we can come in and take a look. And what you can see is the results here show a variety of different trade setups. And so you can see the ticker symbol, a visual representation of what exactly the trade setup is, as well as a written description of it. And this is the real juice that we bring to the table here at Stock Market Guides. We tell you what the historical performance of each of these trade setups is for each respective ticker symbol according to our backtest research. And so this right here, this is Pepsi, and it reached a trend line support trade setup earlier today. And our research suggests that historically, when it's done that, this is how it's performed. 110 wins, 60 losses with an annualized return of 44.2%. Now, in order for us to determine the performance of the historical trade setup, we need to assign a specific amount of time to hold the trade, a trade duration. And that's where this really important filter comes into play right here, time frame. So this is how you determine what time frame you want to hold the trade for. And so if you're looking to hold a trade for just 3 days, this will show you how that trade setup performed according to that. So Pepsi setting up for a trend line support trade, this is how it's performed historically if the trade was held for 3 days. And this is assuming no profit targets or stop losses are used. Just to get the raw data about how it performed, just buying right when the trade setup occurred and exiting this exact amount of time thereafter. And this can be a really useful tool because you get to see any given trade setup that occurs in the entire market. You can see how it performed historically according to backtests. And this can allow you to do all sorts of things to narrow down trade setups to be ones where the odds might be in your favor based on how it's done historically for that setup. So you can sort by many of these columns. Annualized return, for example. This stock right here earlier today is set up for a 200 period moving average bounce where the price reaches the 200 period moving average, for example. And this shows how it's performed historically when that's happened according to our backtest research. And so you can sort by annualized return or win percentage. And you can certainly sort by these other columns as well, like volume and market cap, if those are things that matter to you. You can sort by the alert price, which is the price of the stock at the time that the trade setup occurred. You can also add filters. So for example, if you want to make sure you're only looking at stocks with an annualized return of at least 50%, it's pretty easy to set that up. You just type in 50 as the lower end limit for what you want for that filter. And now you're ensuring that everything you see in the scanner is only trade setups that have at least a 50% return historically according to our backtest research. And then you can click any of these magnifying glass icons to see the detailed history of the performance of that trade setup for that particular stock. So when we talk about the backtest performance and summarize it, if you have the urge to see the detail behind it, it's right here at your fingertips. And you can click the trade setup to learn more about what exactly is this trade setup and how is it defined. Our goal with this service is to ensure that customers don't take blind trades. Why take a trade setup if it doesn't have a proven track record of success historically? That's what we try to do with this service. We try to equip you with information that might put the odds in your favor with trades. Now, just quickly to show you for the options and how they look. So I'm going to go over here to the options scanner, and you can see how they look here. This is the format that the options come out in, and you can see it shows the underlying stock ticker symbol, the expiration date, the strike price, and the type of option it is. Other than that, the scan results are in the same format as those of our stock scanner services. The other key difference to be aware of is that in terms of the backtest results, these are based on options for our option scanner as opposed to stocks. If you have any questions about our paid scanner services or just about the market in general, you can reach out to us anytime. Our email address is support@stockmarketguides.com.